Australian rules football? In the US? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
And welcome to San Diego Surf Cup Sports Park in Del Mar for the 2017 USAFL Nationals. This is game one of Division 1 Pool A. It is the San Francisco Iron Maidens, the reigning Division 1 champions for women, taking on the Seattle Grizzlies, who are making their debut as a standalone side at the tournament and debut in Division 1. Last year, they supplied 3 players to Portland, who won the Division 2 title. I'm Peter Holden, great to have your company for this match. Should be an interesting one. It'll tell us where the San Francisco Iron Maidens are at. Bit of patchy form again heading into the Nationals, but didn't stop them from winning the title last year. And it'll be interesting to see how they go this time round. The Seattle Grizzlies teamed up with Sacramento at the Western Regionals for a 2-1 record, so they do show that they've got some good form. Better players to watch out for today, particularly for the Seattle Grizzlies. Valerie Barbara Exthelm, who of course played for the USA Liberty in their 3-2 tour of Australia and ended up being judged as the best Liberty player throughout that tour. And also keep an eye on April Lewis, who won the best player of the tournament at the Western Regionals. On the side for the San Francisco Iron Maidens, Jessica Estrada, a goal-kicking machine for them. Loves to get onto the loose ball. Kicked, I think, about 10 goals at Sarasota's Nationals, including 2 bags of 4. Also other players to watch out for, Sarah Maguillon, Margaret Leone as well. Carly Smolak, who won the Division 1 Women's Best Player at Sarasota last year. We're just waiting for the officials to come across to operate the scoreboard, and I think one of the clubs who were rostered on to be the volunteers to do it have just realised that they're supposed to, and they're probably wondering where the scoreboard is. As once they arrive, then we can get the game underway. On the other field happening at the same time is Montreal and Minnesota. And of course, Division 1 Pool A is made up of Montreal, Minnesota, Seattle and San Francisco. After they play each other once, the top team goes through to the Division 1 Grand Final to take on the best team in Pool B, which is Denver, Sacramento, New York and Calgary. So we're being told to throw the ball up and get underway. Umpire looks around. Just about all in readiness here at Surf Cup Sports Park. Nicole McKenzie on the ball, I can see, for the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Keep an eye on her. The umpire's blown the whistle and said someone's made a centre square infringement already, so there will be a free kick. And by the look of it, I reckon it might be a San Francisco football. And they've got it on defensive side of centre. So Iron Maidens with an advantage early. Just looking further afield to see what options as the umpire resets the mark and said the player actually to take the free kick because it's a centre square infringement has to be the ruck. And in that occasion, it is the number 7. And then Margaret Leone, who goes long towards centre half forward, went through several sets of hands. Jessica Estrada was there, couldn't pick up the football. Valerie Barbara Exxon put her head over it. The umpire said got taken high on the way through and gets the resulting free kick. Grizzlies moving the ball wide. This is the thing that they discussed during the week about their game plan, that they were going to keep the ball wide and out of the hands of the San Francisco Iron Maidens, who traditionally would just play straight up the line. Estrada working in hard there. Bo is there as well. Got the little hand pass out. Rubber kick along the ground. Couldn't be picked up. Wanting to go in there as well was Olivia Lewis. Now quick little hand pass out while under pressure there for the number 9 in Dickinson. Had it momentarily, put it into traffic. Going after the football on hands and knees there is April Lewis. She's fighting it hard. The umpire says it's all locked up as Margaret Leone watches over the top and says it will be a ball up. Creating the pressure there was Sarah Maguillon. As the ball goes up, Lewis in the contest wins it down against McKenzie. Umpire says that's a holding infringement. Free kick on the way of San Francisco. San Francisco missing one of their key players, Brett Bauer, who had a neck injury sustained during the IC17 tournament in Melbourne in August. Now a long kick going up the line here towards centre forward. Oh, juggling mark couldn't be pulled in. Estrada tries to fire out the hand pass. Rowe goes in again. She's bowled over. The umpire blows the whistle and will call for a resulting ball up. So we'll reset and get ready to go again. Umpire looks around, throws the ball up in the air. One down there by Margaret Leone got the hand pass out quickly to Gallagher. Gallagher now going towards the half-forward flank position where Estrada made the lead. Estrada, who represented the USA Freedom in Melbourne at IC 17, then went long towards the hot spot, trying to chase after the football. There is Millie Bruce. Can she get onto it? She couldn't. Going in there is Valerie Barbara Ekstrom, and the umpire says she dropped it cold. And that will be a free kick, and that's going the way of the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Robin Leslie, one of the stars from the tournament last year, has a free kick directly in front, 35 metres out from goal. Looking straight ahead to see if she can give a 6-point advantage. In she comes. It is high. It is straight, leaning to the left, but it squeezes in. San Francisco on the board early. They're 1 straight 6. Seattle yet to score. And we've played about 2.5, 3 minutes gone in this first term here at Surf Cup Sports Park. Great goal kick then by Robin Leslie for Seattle, yet to make an inside 50 entry. All the attack being with San Francisco, and a couple of earned free kicks as well. Free kick count, I think, is 2-1 on mine. Ball back in the middle of the ground. It's going to be an interesting battle throughout the day between April Lewis and Margaret Leone. Leone wins out again. Maggie on trying to knock the football forward. Had it momentarily. Dickinson knocked out of her hands. Ball went forward on the ground. Looking for clean hands there. Tried to do the shepherding work. Hurry little kick away there. By Langridge, who moved it towards centre half forward. Estrada chases up her own football. Couldn't get onto it. Hurry little kick away there by the Grizzlies towards half forward. Barbara Ekstrom went to ground. Copping it high there was Bowe, and the umpire says that's a free kick for the Grizzlies. Good effort there by Amanda Bowe. She has the football on half-back flank, broadcast side. Just looking further afield for some options. Let's see what's on. Gets on the right boot. It is long and it's high towards the wing position. Got knocked off hands there. On the ground, who's going to get a little grubber kick? Oh, Lewis did well, close towards the boundary line. Try to keep it in. Rather, in fact, that's the player scrapping in hard for it is Stephanie Peterson. Did exceptionally well. Electing to kick it along the ground and not pick it up there was Nicole McKenzie. Bowe tried to get a kick away, but kicked it off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full. So free kick going the way of the Iron Maidens. El Presidente, Julie Marks with the football. As elects to play on with no one on the mark. Goes for a run on the right boot. Pierces it towards centre half forward. Got away from a few. Ball in dispute. Going in there, Bruce throws the arms out saying, umpire, please, I'm being held without it. He spots it and says you get an Oscar as well for that little bit of acting and gets a free kick. So Millie Bruce just pointing out where the mark is. The player just trying to take as much advantage as possible. Millie Bruce on the right boot. It's long, it's high towards the dangerous hotspot. Came off hands there, couldn't control it there. Carly Smolak got it out to Estrada, who puts it through. And that's the second on the board for the Iron Maidens. Jessica Estrada, who had a fantastic tournament last year in which they took out the Division 1 title, sends San Francisco to an early 12-point lead. 2 straight 12. No score to Seattle. They elected to come inboard. It all started from the Julie Marks kick, who got it to Smolak, who plays better out of the centre half forward position. It straightens them up. And Estrada does what she does best, runs onto it and slotted it home. So 2 straight 12 to no score. The lead with San Francisco as we wait for the umpire to throw the ball up in the middle of the ground. Away we go again. Lewis again versus Margaret Leone. Lewis wins out in the tap that occasion. Hurry little kick away, and the umpire says it's holding the football. He was blindsided to the fact that it did technically touch the boot of Gallagher, but it will be a resulting free kick to Bowe, who's been picking up plenty of possessions here for the Grizzlies. So Bowe with the football. She's in the centre of the ground, looking for the first inside 50 attempt for the Grizzlies. It's long and it's high. It's out wide. Trying to run after the football there is the 15, and Brazen was out there, then got mown down, and the umpire calls for a free kick. In fact, it's Besner, pardon me. Must say that we normally have the team sheets printed here, but they've had a problem with the printer today at Surf Cup San Diego, and we are having to call it right off the mobile phone. So there's something a little different for you for today. Green had the ball momentarily for the Iron Maidens, tried to get a little hand pass away, couldn't do so. In went Poor Boy. She couldn't win it out for the Grizzlies. Hurry kick over the top there of Estrada. She finds herself in a 2-1-1. Can she judge the ball correctly? Bowe managed to get onto her left, drives it in towards 50. Mark taken though at half back. and taking it there and getting rid of the hand pass there. I think it was Lutz for the Iron Maidens. Kick further up the field, dribbling kick, got away from several players, close towards the boundary line, trying to put the heat on there is Marianne Dickinson, the captain of the Seattle Grizzlies. Does well to hold it up. Pack forms on the far side of the ground. Umpire circling and not calling the whistle yet. Valerie Barber-Ekstrom went in there, and eventually I think the ball went over the boundary line and out of bounds, so we'll have it thrown back into play. So far side of the ground, San Francisco 2 straight 12. Seattle Grizzlies no scores. We said San Francisco, the reigning champions. Seattle making their debut as a standalone team in Division 1, setting a squad of 21 this year. Fantastic to see their development. San Francisco actually had extra players, and they're being sent to Division 2, those extra players, to help part of an LA combined team. Hurried the hand pass away by Bo again. Quickly wrapped up, and the umpire blows the whistle, comes in, and will call for another ball up. So here we are at half forward. San Francisco going to the left of screen. Umpire just clears the way. Margaret Leone versus April Lewis again. Lewis wins the tap, but doesn't put it to advantage of any players. That's probably a bit of an issue at the moment. She is winning the taps, but not putting into the space for her teammates to run onto, and allowing San Francisco to kind of sit back on the pack and rove it well. Player pin there for holding the football is Elise Gallagher of the Iron Maidens, and that means it'll be a free kick going the way there of the Seattle Grizzlies, and the number 5 in Stephanie Peterson. Peterson with the football, goes with a right chip, looking for Bo, who found space out there on the wing. No one running for her yet. She's having to wait for a lead to acknowledge it. She wants to kick further up the line. Hamilton was lurking around, went over her head, pumped it long, backing back underneath. Easy mark there for the Iron Maidens. Called to go straight up the line. Estrada was offering the lead. One bounce, tries to pick it up. Under pressure, got turned over beautifully there by Mann. Charlotte Mann goes in again with Estrada, both fighting for the football. It's like fighting for a packet of Maltesers. None of them were going to give it up. And the umpire says, we will have a throw-in or a ball up, because there's no boundary umpire. Looks like he's just going to throw the ball up in the air and restart it. So away we go again. Lewis wins out on that occasion. Mackenzie spins out of trouble. Got her on the right boot. Now going in the Estrada direction, chasing after the football. Went out to try and commit it to the Seattle defender. Estrada is there. Millie Bruce as well. Picks it up. The girl from Camberwell goes for a run. Puts it on the right boot. Tries to center in the spotlight direction. Got it. Kicked around on the right boot. No one in the goal square. Bouncing football has just clipped the post and gone through for a minor score. 2-1-13 for San Francisco. Seattle yet to score on the Coopers scoreboard here at Surf Cup Sports Park San Diego. And Valerie Barber-Ekstrom, I'm not quite sure I can call her a Seattle veteran, because the club's only been in existence for 2 years, but one of the originals helping start this team. Kicked it long and spotted up a teammate there. I think it might be Amanda Moore on the far side of the ground, who now goes long with the kick. Wanted to put it to the advantage there of Dickinson to run onto. She's working the wing on the, what I'd call the hospitality side of the ground, where they've got the beer garden. Goes towards the middle of the ground. It's got to be a good football. Sarah Maggie-On now with it. Spin around, go with a little hand pass back. Ruby Hurd was under pressure, had to get rid of the kick. Did so, got it to her teammate. Put it high towards it. Half forward. Great grab. Coming at it with absolute full steam. And taking a confident mark there is Carly Smolak. She's thinking about it. She's 55 metres out from goal. Don't think she'll quite get the distance from there. Puts it the hot spot, 30 metres out from goal. Amelia Carr went flying for the football, went through her hands, but support out the back, hurry kick. It's not going to sit awkwardly here for Maggie-On. Got it to a teammate there, Margaret Leone. Leone went over their head there, and Millie Bruce. Ball hit the ground. Electing to try and kick it off the ground, and then went to pick it up. Was all sorts of trouble for a coach. Ziabro, who had it, got it out to her teammate then, who tried to kick around the corner, and Charlotte Mann did okay. Now out to Bo. Bo on the right boot. Comes back in board, bobbling football. Who's going to get control of it here? Sylvia went in there, managed to get rid of it in the nick of time, put it into heavy traffic. Mackenzie coming, and Mackenzie's caught her. Umpire said the hand pass was clean though. Lewis got the kick. Inside 50 now for Seattle. Can they find a way to get their first goal of the Nationals? Going back there, having to spin around and dance out of trouble is the number 19 and Bevan English. English came back in board with the kick. Attempting at it was Paul Boy. Umpire said she was out without it, and that's a free kick. Paul Boy, great name. It's a good song as well, by my favourite band, Split Ends. There's a piece of useless trivia. There's Paul Boy. Now looks to go short to Bo. Bo takes the mark. She finds herself at the half-forward flank position, looking further afield. On the right boot, it is long, it is high, it's going in the air. Mark taken, and backing back there to take it for, I think it might be English there for the Iron Maidens. Goes up the line, over the head there, Maggie Ong. Got support there at the back. Margaret Leone overran the football. Dickinson went in there, couldn't get it out. And now here's a run for the Iron Maidens. Short kick, one bounce to Estrada. Estrada had to get rid of it before she was claimed. Going nowhere though. Plenty of Seattle Grizzlies back there. Trying to trap it there was Amelia Carr. Overran the football. Carr went back again for a second crack. Laid the tackle. Being caught this time though was Zia Pro. Ball spilled free. Wanted to go in there again is Carr. Carr spun around. Did a donut if you would. Then gave up the hand pass. Hurry kick away down the line there by the 13 in Amelia Carr, who went towards 50. Now with the football, holding it up. Quick little hand pass off. Hurry kick towards the top of the goal square. Here's a first for the Grizzlies. It won't be. The kick falling short there, courtesy of the number 15 in Besner. In the forward pocket. Going after it is Tegan Hamilton. Had it momentarily. Hand pass out. Close towards the boundary line. Trying to keep it alive, the Iron Maidens, but it might not be the best thing. Maybe they should have seen it out, so Hewitt didn't get it, but she got dispossessed. Estrada's worked her way up the ground, the half-back flank. Over the top of the football, tries to tap it forward. Lewis tried to get in the way. Hurry kick by the Iron Maidens, coming back in board now. Floated through the air. Almost an attempted mark, but just dropped at the crucial moment by Rutkin. Ball spilled out. Now a hurry kick for the Iron Maidens towards the half forward. Through several sets of hands there. Numbers back there for the Grizzlies. Carr going after the football again. Amelia Carr gets it. Hand pass off to Lewis. Nearly got dispossessed. Got a kick away as she was being tackled. Towards centre half forward. Here comes the heat. Good pressure being laid on there by the 5 in Peterson. But the Iron Maidens, were too good, but it only went to the advantage of Amelia Carr. So Carr for the Grizzlies. They're looking for their first score. They trail by 13 points. Goes towards the half-forward flank position. Came off hands. Fighting in hard for the football is Sieng. Now got it out to a teammate who got it on the right boot. They've gone inside 50, but there's no one home because everyone's gone up the field chasing kicks. And the Iron Maidens will come out of defence. As only as far as Bo had it, then dropped it. Got it back again. Got to beat 2. She does so. Gets it on the right towards the hotspot. 30 metres out from goal. Fingertipper. Couldn't be pulled in. Going after the football there was Hewitt. Trying to get a hurried hand pass out. She wasn't successful enough. Fighting in hard there is Sang again. Doing well for the Grizzlies. Got it quickly out there to the number 9 who got a hurry kick in towards the hotspot. 35 metres out from goal. Attempted tackle. Kick got away. Lewis claimed without the football. Play uncalled and the advantage to the Iron Maidens. They kick it out towards the wing. 2-on-1. Carr tries to make a contest. Taps the football. Then goes for the soccer attempt off the ground. Gained about 10 metres. Went into heavy traffic though. Oh, the don't argue if you don't mind. On the left boot towards centre half forward. Here comes Smolak chasing after the football. Valerie Barber Axthelm on her hammer. Put her hand up like she was hailing a cab. Got it back. Swung around on the right towards the hot spot. About 30 metres out from goal. And a pack of players will form. It will hit the ground, including one wearing a visor. You don't see that every day. Estrada got through traffic. Got on the right boot. Kicked it towards the top of the square. Amelia Carr is back there. And she'll relieve the pressure. So Carr towards the half-back flank position. Lewis chases after the football. Picks it up against the boundary line. Goes for a run. On the left boot. Kicks it up the line. Trying to work it to the advantage there of Kepron. Got mown down. Plenty of Iron Maidens there, including Margaret Leone, who kicked it long. But Carr's been doing well across half back, who read it best and took a mark. So Amelia Carr, her side trails 2-1-13 to no score at the moment here at Surf Cup Sports Park San Diego. Women's Division 1 Pool A. Hits up a target, half-back flank, outer side, where it looks like the Sacramento Suns are warming up for their game. Kicks it further up the line. Now a kick close towards the boundary line. Carr off the carpet. Didn't go too far. Estrada screaming out for it wide, wanted to go to her. Lead to go to Marks, who then bombed it long, but only as far as Valerie Barber Axthelm. Valerie Barber Axthelm goes for a run, kicks it towards Bo. Bo takes the mark. She is at the half-back flank. Kicks it long and high. Just straight through the hands there, the player that couldn't hang on to it. And Peterson wanted to go back in for a second effort. Hurry kick while under pressure there by Julie Marks. has gone out of bounds for a throw-in, and with no boundary umpire to throw it in, the umpire will call for a ball up instead. Peter Holden with you on commentary here. The USAFL Nationals for 2017. Ball is thrown up in the air. Smolak does the ruck work on that occasion. Barbara Axthelm goes after the football, gets it and elects to go for a run. Then on the right boot, pumps it long out towards the wing position. A flock of Iron Maidens out there, but doing well is Hamilton, who virtually crashed through. Lewis had it momentarily, got stripped away from her. Then goes Margaret Leone, and she goes long with the kick, but only as far as 45 metres out from defensive goal. Easy mark there for the Seattle Grizzlies. Just went flying past in the hands of Olivia Lewis, who couldn't get on the football. Hurried little kick across the ground, only gained about 2 metres. Estrada's watching on, so is April Lewis, and the umpire will call for a ball up. So we're probably not too far away from half-time. We're playing 2 20-minute halves opposed to a normal 4-quarter match throughout the Nationals, so obviously we can fit in as many games as possible. Going in there is Lewis again. She's immediately wrapped up, and the umpire is going to call for a ball up, and that's what we'll have. Umpire throws the ball up in the air. Margaret Leone wins it. Hit the ground. Try to get a hurried little hand pass out there was Elise Green. Going back there to Millie Bruce. Bruce now quickly got the hand pass away after it was intercepted by Valerie Barra-Axthelm, who got it back again and got ready on the ground. I thought that was high, and gets a resulting free kick. And Barbara Axthelm gets up, feeling worse for wear, feels the neck and goes, geez, thanks. There's nearly an ostrich there for a second with the head buried into the ground. And Barbara Axthelm looks wide, looks to the left-hand side wing. Over the head there, I think she was going in the Dickinson direction. Umpire has blown the whistle, I think, for a throw against the Grizzlies. Of course, in Aussie rules, remember, it is a handball, not a throw, so it's the ball in one palm and you punch it with the other. That's what it is in its simple terms, but it looks a little bit more complicated when you see it. I think it might be English there on the far side of the ground. It decides to go with the kick going up the line. Didn't go too far. Grizzlies do have numbers there. Hamilton was lurking nearby the pack. Couldn't quite pick it up. Dickinson wanted to go again. Umpire blows the whistle and says it's all trapped in and we're going to call for another ball up. So restart play. 2-1-13 leads, no score. It's San Francisco leading the Seattle Grizzlies. Lewis won it down. Oh, charging through there and 1,000,000 miles an hour was Poor Boy. He nearly took someone out, and we would have said poor woman who got claimed. And Poor Boy went back in again and got the ball, put it on the left boot, went wide, and the ball went over the boundary line and out of bounds. 50 metres out from goal, we'll have a throw in. Well, no, the umpire's asked for the ball back, and we'll have a ball up instead. So the whistle has sounded, and I think that might signal half-time. So it's half-time here at Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego Del Mar. The San Francisco Iron Maidens 2-1-13 leading Seattle, no score. Goal kickers at halftime, Robin Leslie and Jessica Estrada for the Iron Maidens, and obviously no goal kickers yet for the Seattle Grizzlies. Plenty of good effort and intent from the Grizzlies, but they just can't hit a target inside 30 to try and have a shot on goal. San Francisco having to do a little bit of defending there in the latter half of that first half, but sitting on that comfortable 13-point lead at the moment. Every win is crucial in this small pool of 4. We're back in a moment with the second half for you here at Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego. This is the 2017 USAFL Nationals.
We're about to learn how to teach our kids / teach ourselves how to kick a footy.
Okay, tips to kick the footy. Number 1, nose over toes, which means just going to be over the football. You don't want to be looking up to where you're kicking, you want to be over the footy. Laces to where we're kicking it. We're going to drop it and we're going to point our toe.
Nose to toes, and then we're dropping and not throwing up.
Good, perfect. We can go home.
I love that.
that summer feeling. I don't want it ever leaving. Breathing in the sky that's so clear. I could spend my whole life right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that let go feeling. I feel my hands up on the ceiling. I think I'll spend tomorrow out here. 'Cause days like these feel like I'm dreaming. Yeah, I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never
Happiness is calling at sandiego.org.
My first game, I stood there and I was just like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm just gonna run. I just kept going and I kept going to practice, I kept going to the games, and eventually it just clicked. And I was just like, oh, I get it now, like this is fun.
Aussie rules, is also known as footy, is the equivalent of like the NFL here, and so in Australia they call it AFL.
So in Australia it's still a huge sport, especially for the women. It's getting even bigger.
It's empowering for women, young women.
It's really great to just be able to run around and just have so much fun with a bunch of people that love the same sport that you do.
It just gives me this energy that I just can't describe, and it just brings me like so much joy.
It's a great physical outlet, but also the people that we play with are just so amazing.
These are the girls that if you want to dress up and go out, they'll be there for you. If you want to be in your sweatpants all day and eat chocolate and watch Netflix, they're also there for you.
I think that this sport has something for everyone.
I just feel like anyone and everyone should try it, give it a go, and just see if they like it.
If you're watching this video, it's not by accident. This is for you.
And we're back here for the second half here at Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego, as it is a 2-1 13 no score lead to the San Francisco Iron Maidens over the Seattle Grizzlies. The Iron Maidens are reigning Division 1 champions. Seattle Grizzlies making their debut as a standalone team and in Division 1. Ball on the far side of the ground. Plenty of players scrapping in for it hard. One of them, of course, was Amelia Carr for the Grizzlies, as she goes again now. Ball close towards the boundary line, will go over and out. So we'll wait for the ball to be thrown in. We're about 25 metres around from the left-hand point post for the Maidens attacking. As we wait for the ball to be thrown back in. So far, goal kickers Leslie and Estrada for San Francisco back into play. At the ground, plenty of players bobbling around. Going in there is Millie Bruce, couldn't quite pick up the football. Hurried little hand pass out there by Akosa, and the umpire said she'd been pinned with it because she'd spun around too many times. The theory with holding the ball is, as much as not a written rule, it's virtually a case of you get someone and spin them 360, they reckon you have ample enough opportunity to get rid of it. If you don't, free kick to the opposition. So, Millie Bruce, originally from Melbourne, Australia, from the Camberwell area in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Now, of course, living in San Francisco. Lining up for goal, 35 metres out, kicks through the football, how does it look? Away to the left, minor score. 2-2-14 to no score. The Iron Maidens leading here at Surf Cup Sports Park, San Diego. We wait for the ball to be brought back. Amelia Carr will kick the ball back into play. Carr looking further afield. Kosa there, she's got a player on in the pocket by herself. In Gordon, if she can go that way. Elects to go long, but Millie Bruce has parked herself underneath it. Millie Bruce Gets going, swings around on the right, 50 metres out from goal. Oh, the ball dropped in the hole there for Carly Smolak. Caught her opponent cold. Umpire was blindsided. Didn't call the throw. In goes Estrada. Can't get the football out. Blows the whistle, says that's too high. And that will be a free kick. And that is going the way of San Francisco and Carly Smolak. So Smolak within range now. 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. And if she kicks this, that should put the Iron Maidens 20 points up, and pretty much an impossible position to come back from for the Grizzlies. They need to kick 4 goals in a row and they're yet to hit the scoreboard. Smolak comes in, starts out right and stays there. Minor score 2-3-15 for the San Francisco Iron Maidens, and it is no score for the Seattle Grizzlies as we wait for April Lewis to bring the ball back into play. Pardon me, not April Lewis, pardon me, Amelia Carr. Carr with the football, just looking further afield for some options. Decides to get on the right boot. It's up in the air, the kick. Akosa went after the football, didn't get there. Estrada was lurking nearby, back to Akosa, got on the right boot and just went for space. Close towards the boundary line, staying in, chasing after it. Nicole McKenzie sees the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in. Half forward flank here for the San Francisco Iron Maidens, right in front of their coach's bench. As we said, exit numbers brought by the Iron Maidens this year, not only a full squad for Division 1, but a handful of players they'll be supplying to LA to play in Division 2. As the ball hits the ground, Lewis charges through, takes out a player on the way through. Thanks for coming. Just had it there momentarily, was Kepron, couldn't get it out. Close against the boundary line. Akosa wanted to go in again. She couldn't extract the football. Millie Bruce fires out the hand pass. Smolak charges through there. Gets on the right boot. Heading in the Estrada direction. Chasing after the football. Close against the boundary line. And it is seen over in the end by the number 22 in Ziobro for the Seattle Grizzlies. 2-2. Sorry, pardon me. I think it might be 2-3-15 to no score. The advantage with the San Francisco Iron Maidens. A few people standing in front of the scoreboard just to block our view. Going in there is Millie Bruce. She's immediately wrapped up and caught. Getting her again is Paul Boy in the number 19. And we will call for a ball up. So we will throw it up in the air and away we go. Punch forward by Smolak. Estrada goes after, tries to put the pressure on Dickinson, but Dickinson got the hurry kick away. Did well. Only went farther as the 34 and Lutz, who got it on to Margaret Leone, who went in the Millie Bruce direction. Didn't read it well. Kick away here by the Grizzlies in towards the middle of the ground. Maybe an opportunity straight through the hands there of the 15 who couldn't hang on to it. And that was Besner. So it will be an opportunity for the Iron Maidens to attack again. Bruce was waiting for it, nearly ran into Estrada. Estrada was immediately caught. Got a hand pass away. Tackle being claimed there by Olivia Lewis. Ball popped out again for the Iron Maidens. Hurry kick by Gallagher. Going long towards the pocket. Amelia Carr is back there. Carr got on the left boot. That's a smart little kick. Goes up towards the half forward flank. Bowls over a handful of players. 3-on-2. Advantage of the numbers with the Grizzlies. But it was excellent work there by the Iron Maidens. And Gian, who got the football in towards the forward 50, looking for Smolak, only for it to be sent back out again. Oh, handy little mark there, taken by the Grizzlies, and hurry kick away there by the 15 in Besner, who tried to switch, but it didn't work out, and the umpire says it's all trapped in and will call for a ball up. They're operating with a bench of 3 at the moment, the Grizzlies, and Barbara Ekstholm has come off the ground and going to the medics tent. That's not good because Barbara Ekstholm, one of their key players, one of their best players, in fact, in their side. Ball spilled free to space. Besner going after it again and just hold it up long enough for the cavalry to arrive. Peterson was there for the Grizzlies. Hurry kick towards half forward flank. No one back there. Easy mark taken by the Iron Maidens. And on that occasion, grabbing the ball is Mania. They're screaming for a 50, and I think the umpire's just being a bit lenient, saying, come on, just first game of the tournament, and one of the sides making their debut, so we might be a little bit relaxed there on that rule. Kicks it back in towards the middle of the ground. Oh, Margaret Leone's caught red hot, dropping. Umpire's called play on. Grizzlies now with the opportunity. Dickinson is gone! Holding the football, Gone. Says you were caught. I think she might have been asking for you in the back. The umpire saying, no, you got caught around the waist. Maidens kick now, looking in the Smolak direction, went through her hands as she committed early for the football. Oh, look at this, busting the way through traffic there. Fantastic run by Olivia Lewis, who gets it towards centre half forward. Their first real, what I call, drive with intent. Moore goes after the football as well. She can't pick up the pill. Sengwin in there as well. She can't quite get out the football. Hurry kick by the Iron Maidens is only going to go in the traffic. Grizzlies teammates don't talk. Lewis got spoiled by her captain and Dickinson. Dickinson caught again, and the umpire says that's dropping the football. Just need a little bit of better communication then. Really, it should have been Lewis going for the ball. The taller player should always be committing. As going long towards centre half forward, Estrada, oh, nearly dropped it there. The umpire said it must have just clipped the boot, play on, hit the ground, try to get a hurried hand pass away to April Lewis again. Umpire says throwing. The umpire non-officiating, called that, and it will be a free kick going the way there of Elise Gallagher. Gallagher now for the San Francisco Iron Maidens, looking further afield. What options has she got going on? Gets on the right boot. Goes towards centre half forward, it's Smolak. And Smolak swings around 50 metres out from home. Going long, Estrada takes the mark, runs on goal. It's that 1-2 punch, isn't it, from the Iron Maidens? That familiar combination of Smolak and Estrada. Smolak playing smart, taking the marks at centre half forward, 50 out, swinging around, kicking it to the goal square, allowing Estrada to run in from the side to take the mark. And that just makes it neon impossible to stop, because when she takes it with speed, she gets to run into an open goal square. 3-3-21, San Francisco Iron Maidens. Seattle Grizzlies yet to score. Division 1 Pool A of the USAFL Nationals for 2017. Ball up in the air again we go. Lewis wins the tap out again, not to the advantage of her teammates. They've got to sort that out, because when she does tap, she taps forward, but no one's running to that advantage. They're all sitting behind the ball instead. As they try to kick the ball off the ground here, it was Olivia Lewis who goes in again, but Smolak gets the hand pass away. Hurry kick there by Gian, who now moves the ball inside 50. Oh, it's Estrada again! Gets on the right boot, but Amelia Carr there with the hand, stop that cold. Carr runs after the football, taps the ball on the ground, hasn't learned the bounce yet, now goes for a run. Carr, lovely kick there on the right boot, going long and high up the line, through the hands there, couldn't quite control the football, was the number 5. Going in there again, the Grizzlies, but an opportunity for Marks to get the hand pass away. Leone gets the football back, Marks goes for a run and a long kick inside 50. It's a long ball, Estrada lurking around the pack once more. Carr waiting in there, so is Smolak. Ball popped out, just going in there for a second crack at it. Olivia Lewis does get it out to Dickinson. Dickinson goes across to the half-back flank, only to be outmarked there by Maggie On, who goes on the right boot, delivers towards the top of the goal square. She got anyone to go to. Mark taken, solid mark. And that again is Amelia Carr, who's having a great game for the Grizzlies across the back line. Really good talent. Carr goes for Dickinson, who takes the mark. Marianne Dickinson for the Grizzlies, their captain, has taken the mark. She is around about 45 metres out from defensive goal. Dickinson on the right boot, just over the head there of a few players. Going in hard to try and meet the football then was Besner. All locked up, umpire circling, blows the whistle and says, I'll call for a ball up. So we'll throw the ball up in the air, 55 metres out from goal as Estrada comes off and is immediately interchanged with Millie Bruce by the look of it. They're having a discussion about who's going to go on. As the play gets underway again, Iron Maidens with another opportunity. They're inside 50, half forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Hurry, kick, diving attempt at a mark. If anything, maybe in the back for Dickinson falling over the top. Umpire said play on. Carr, oh, look at the way she comes out of defence. Amelia Carr's been fantastic. A bit like Shearer away from Columbus. Great speed, just got to learn how to master the bounce. Do that, bring that into the game and become a very dangerous player in the future. Her kick, though, is wide, and now did it go out in the full or will it be a ball up, ball in? It will be a ball in on the outer side, thrown back into play. Lewis wins it down. Iron Maidens football though, long towards the top of the square. It's a bouncing football. Carr getting back there. The Iron Maidens will just see it through for a minor score. 3-4-22, leading no score. San Francisco over Seattle, Women's Division 1, Pool A, as the kick is towards the boundary line, far side, didn't quite go out. We're looking for Charlotte Mann, went through her hands and went over the boundary line and out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in. Yeah, again, as we talked about Carr, and I guess for a few players, they do have run in USAFL. If they're able to learn the bounce, that essentially means they can run maybe 30, even with a second bounce, 40 metres out of defence. And with a long kick, that means all of a sudden you've gone from deep defence to the wing. And that can be a very powerful tool, particularly like in this occasion, as we're seeing for Seattle. Just that one kick, they're getting caught on their own half-back flank. They're not being able to pass that line, and this wall's being set up beautifully by San Francisco, which sees it get sent back in. But as I speak, managing to break the lines on that occasion is their number 19, and that is Poor Boy, who went out wide. And now the long kick up the line. Iron Maidens committing towards the football. Millie Bruce is waiting back there. Whoop! Half committed towards the football. Went back and got it. As hurry kick now, inside 50. Carr backed away instead of committing to the football. Smolak tries to go with a hand pass to advantage. Was looking for Mania to get onto it. Carr goes in head first. That's an easy way to get concussion. Smolak, a quick kick out of the pack. Fist pumps the air, and it's another for San Francisco. 4-4-28, the Iron Maidens, the reigning champions, leading the Seattle Grizzlies, no score. As we predicted in Pool A, we think it may come down to tomorrow morning's game when when San Francisco meet Montreal. We think that will be the game that will decide who gets through to the grand final out of Pool A. That should be a cracking contest. San Francisco later today has got a date with Minnesota. And to be honest, Minnesota gave them a bit of a run in the last game of the Division 1 last year, where San Francisco claimed the title. Here's Smolak again, who goes long and pumps it towards the half-forward flank position. Just bouncing away there from Mania, and it will go over the boundary line and out of bounds. Also chasing after it is Zebro. We'll have the ball thrown back into play. Wouldn't be too far away from a full-time hooter. In fact, we started at 10:08, so we started rather late on this field. And we'll see how that affects the timing of games today. Hurry kick away. Millie Bruce, Murray Leone. Also going after it is Peterson. Now gets out to April Lewis, who's got to run sideways, then gets on the right boot while under pressure. Close towards the boundary line. Bo goes chasing after the football, and it goes over and out, and we'll have a throw in on the far side of the ground. Beautiful day here in Surf Cup Sports Park, should I say, San Diego. Celsius heading for a top of 28 degrees. And on the Sunday, a forecast top of 31 degrees Celsius. As Harry pass away was taken by Sarah Maguillon, who pumps it inside 50 with the kick. Only waiting back there, though, to clear it out was Gordon. And she managed to spot up a teammate on the far side of the ground. Gets on the right boot, cleared it through hands there, looking for Hamilton. Plenty of numbers, including, I think, English back there for the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Looking for Smolak again. Carr did well to try and spoil it from behind. Smolak goes again. Oh, that's dropping the football. Red hot. Umpires called play on, blindsided to it. Carr goes in there one more time. Smolak gets wrapped up. Surely now there's got to be a whistle, and he'll call for it. And we'll have a ball up 40 metres out from goal. San Francisco Iron Maidens attacking the right of the screen. Lewis, Smolak took it out of the ruck. Hurried little kick on the left, looking for Mania to try and run onto the football, trying to control it. Right up against the boundary line. Bo gets there for the Grizzlies, got a hand pass away. Dickinson went after the football, tried to kick it off the carpet, wasn't successful enough. Several players getting knocked over left, right and centre. And the umpire blows the whistle and says we'll call for a ball up. And that's what we'll do. We'll reset and go again. Inside the forward 50 for the San Francisco Iron Maidens, leading at the moment 28-0. They'll help their percentage out if it came down to that. If we got to a 2-1 scenario, where it's head-to-head and percentages would maybe come in. Oh, big tackle laid on there by Amelia Carr. Did fantastic. Zebro goes in there for the Grizzlies as well. Dickinson trying to kick it off the ground. Hurries that by Maguillon. Oh, it's off for Smolak in the goal square. Great body work. Goal San Francisco. Smolak really dominating in this half. Clear difference between the sides. 5-4-34 for San Francisco. No score for Seattle. Seattle put up a really good fight, I felt, in the first half, but in the end, the dam wall is busted and San Francisco is putting on some easy goals now in this second half. It's going to be a long tournament, and for Seattle, there's 2 more games, so they've got to find a way to regroup and get together and go again. As the ball is thrown up in the air, Lewis goes up against Margaret Leone. Leone won it down. Trying to go in there is Poor Boy, but it's taken away in the end by Marks, who kicks it for Smolak. Smolak leading a merry dance here against Olivia Lewis. Gets around her and goes long, but Amelia Carr read that well. Takes the mark. Amelia Carr has the ball at the back pocket. Gets on the right boot, goes long. Maggie went up after the football. Immediately wraps up her opponent and Poor Boy, and the umpire says that's holding the football. No prior opportunity, I thought, but umpire said you took it on, it was red hot, and San Francisco footy. So the I-Maidens with the pill, they're 50 metres out from goal, far side of the ground. Kicks it long towards the pack. Smolak charged the way through. Did she claim it? They're all his hands all over the place. The umpire blows the whistle and says it was all touched in there and that will be a ball up. Big pack form there. I guess now for San Francisco, the key focus is just getting through the remainder of the game without any injuries and chalking that win up on the board. And to focus on their next opponents, Minnesota. It'll be Montreal, the next opponents for Seattle later today. Going in there is Millie Bruce, hand pass out. Oh, a little sidestep there, sold the candy on the right boot towards the hot spot over the head there of Smolak. It was great dancing there by Bevan English. She brought the dancing shoes tonight, don't worry about that. Ball on the far side of the ground though for the Grizzlies. They try to work it out of defence. Going after there is Poor Boy once again. Got the football, did a little goose step, got on the right boot, now went long up the line. Wants a player to try and run onto it, and Besner chasing after the football, trying to keep it in control. It's a 2-on-1 situation. They're waiting for the whistle to indicate it may have gone out of bounds as Amanda Moore was there. And the umpire says it may have come off the boot and gone on the full. So he's asking the question to the boundary umpire, and says, yes, it came off the leg of a Grizzlies player, so it will be a San Francisco free kick for out of bounds on the full. So here we go again for San Francisco. They go for a run. Dancing around on the right boot, and mark being taken there, just backing underneath that is Poor Boy. And decides to come back inboard. Taking the mark there is the 14 in April Lewis. Lewis on the right boot now, just came off hands. And I think we hear a whistle. I think that's full time. It's full time here at Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego. And it is the San Francisco Iron Maidens 5-4-34 defeating the Seattle Grizzlies, no score. Roman Leslie got on the board earlier. It was Estrada who kicked a goal. Estrada got 2, looked dangerous. Smolak as well was just dominant in that second half, charging around centre half forward. Good battle between Lewis and Margaret Leone in the ruck. I gave the points to Lewis, but the problem was she wasn't quite hitting her teammates. So they've just got to work out that midfield structure. For the board did well in that, did well in that first half for Seattle. Amelia Carr did great as well. So a fantastic performance by the Grizzlies, even though they didn't hit the scoreboard, but doing well in their debut game as a standalone side at the Nationals. But for San Francisco, that's good form for them as they go on to try and defend their Division 1 title. I'm Peter Holden. Thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to your company next time.